Welcome to the Unity Consciousness event where we are having heart and soul led conversations to empower and uplift our awakening. Today we are here with Liz Dominguez and Santi Aguera Oliva from Argentina, and Liz is in Mexico, and I'm really excited to have them here. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you too. And so what we will do is we'll open with a grounding, heart centering meditation to create nice coherence in our field. Then I'll introduce Liz and Santi more to you, and we'll go into our conversation. And I'm Kristen Bielecki, your host, and just thrilled for all of our energies to connect here at this time. So let's take a deep breath in, and if you wish to, and you're in a safe place to close your eyes. And with your breath, just welcoming yourself to your body, to your center, to the connection with yourself, to be present and aware, and just noticing where your energy is right now. Maybe it's in your thoughts or an emotion or something that happened before this moment. So just taking a moment with your breath and asking for any and all cords, any and all energetics that are no longer needed for this moment, for you to be fully present in your body, to gently leave your physical body, your energy body, and calling all of your energy back from where it was before this moment in its highest, purest form of light, of being. Welcoming in a golden white light from source above your head, allowing it to flow down from the top of your head down through the throat and the chest and the torso and the root, flowing all the way down to the pure crystalline center of earth. Allowing that band of light to be as wide as it needs to be, to allow yourself to fully sink into your presence, your body, feeling your seat and the support of your seat, letting your face relax, your shoulders relax, is calling in yourself even more and more to your center, to yourself. Allowing your energy body to align with the center channel of energy as we welcome this light back up through the body and expand up through source and all the way around the body, flowing like a waterfall, back up through the roots. So just allowing this energy to flow. As we breathe into our hearts and calling our wisdom, intelligence, and pure love of our soul for us to hear, to listen, to be, and to share from the fullness and the pureness of our being. That we receive all that we're here to receive today as we breathe through our hearts, allowing our hearts to align in the highest resonance of all that are here and all that are on the replay. Having gratitude in our hearts for being here together in this moment. Welcoming all guides and energies and the highest good to support this space. And if Liz, you'd like to share an intention into the space, please do.
Sure. My intention is that everything we share is connected with the purest part of your hearts, to remember who we truly are and connect with that essence and that gift and that magic that we all have to act, think, feel, and speak in coherence from that essence. And from now on, walk our path with more consciousness and leave this trace for the future generations. Aho.
Oh, and so it is. Beautiful. Thank you, Liz. Santi, would you like to share an intention or some words of wisdom? You can mute yourself.
My intention for today is co-create a magical present moment to keep with us eternally. So just that. Thank you.
Thank you, Santi. Oh, allowing these intentions to amplify our field and connection, the pure self creation here. My intention is to really feel the openness that's happening right now in the greater field of our awareness and bodies, that's giving us the clarity of who we really are. And we allow the strength of our being to really show us the way, and that we have the courage and the energy to take the steps necessary for all the transformation that is happening in this moment, and to ride these waves with ease and grace and harmony on all levels. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So Liz and Santi lead a beautiful Merkaba activation. And Liz is from Mexico and Santi is from Argentina. And their Merkaba activation has the intention of integrating the sacred feminine and sacred masculine while activating your inner potential through sacred geometry, cacao ceremony, breath work, and more. And I know that they have a great story with that, and some of you may have heard it during the opening ceremony. And they also do their own magic in their lives other than traveling and doing the Merkaba activation. But what I recognize about them is their pure intention and their real deep connection to source and their self, and how they're living their lives in coherence with that. And so that's what I'd like to open the space with. If one of you would like to just come in and share, your journey with really truly taking that step and making that decision to live in coherence with your brilliance, with your intention, with your soul. And either one of you can
Yeah,
come.
sure. I can start. First of all, thank you, Kristen, for these beautiful opening words and space. And thank you, all of you that are here with us. It's a pleasure and an honor to connect. Thank you, my love, to be here together. And what I want to share is that obviously for me, it has been a constant remembering of uh, being coherent with my own essence as I walk my path. It's not something that has been just created right now, or that it just happened just in a way. I think all my path has been a journey that brings me here. But especially for this moment, what I want to share is that Santi and I met in Egypt back in 2021, where we were in Egypt for a planetary task with 142 other souls that were there. And independently of what we were going through in our lives, there we connected with the whole network and with a lot of people that were having this intention of making the world a better place, to actually change inside and give our magic and our own gifts to the service of the world and help the transition that we were living as humanity. And while I was there, my life was just changing, because I was like, oh my God, I'm not isolated in my home, like being weird or like. So what I felt is that I found a tribe, a community of family that were together, co-creating magic. So when Santi and I left, where we were like, oh my God, how can we help other people that can't be here to remember all what we are living? Why can't we live like this? Like a community that help each other, that we all put on service whatever we come with, and help the transition of the humanity. So that's why, as we were remembering ancestral wisdom and had visions and a lot of things there in Egypt, we came back with this inner fire, inner intention that we wanted to share with all the people that were not there, the, the, the memories, and help them to remember, because this is not a process of learning something new. So I think that was the purest intention of our hearts, because it was actually really innocent, really pure. And I think together with our magic, co-creating in a team, it helped for the doors to open around the world. And I think it was a divine plan already written in the stars that we just downloaded. But it's actually something that we always say, that it's being co-created. We couldn't do this without the host, without the local people that come. And the beautiful thing is that we always find mirrors of people that reflect back that intention, that coherence, right? It's not that we just do this, and obviously we always are working inside. It's a continuously work of integrating the sacred feminine and masculine inside of us, and acknowledging that all the people that come to the gatherings or the workshops are mirrors and reflections of that intention. And it's beautiful how I think we are evolving together as we walk the path of the Merkaba activation and of our lives. Yeah.
Beautiful, Liz. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Santi, yeah, I'd like to hear your experience.
Yes, thank you, and hello, everyone. Thank you, Kristen, my love, for this space. All the people, Dustin, Braulia, and all the people connected here, and to continue with the list. The ask for us for the beginning was how we can live this experience from Egypt all day of our life, or we can how can we expand this frequency, this energy, this tribe, this family around the world and in our cities. So that was the reason that we start to travel and share and activate the different space and cities, looking for expand and yes, activate this special energy of our retreats in the real life. So my purpose with all my work with this is the focus on in the practical tool or a practical experience, or all the theory of the spirituality. You know? It's like the spirit science, to experiment all these universal laws of this philosophical way of things, go to the practice. So when we start to travel around the world, it's not only the experience of the workshop, it's walk and emanate.
Mm-hmm.
Emanate this coherence or this vibration that we connect in Egypt all day, and in the good day and the bad day too, and put in practice in the airport when the plane is not on time, and put in practice in a different situation or that. So we start to download all these big and etherical intention and information in a practical way, in a experience and here and now, because always we say that the mission is not go to the heaven or other dimension and escape from the earth. It's the opposite way. Is come and
Being embodied.
Bring.
bring the information on all the other dimensions here and now, to integrate here and now in the matter, in our physical body. So we start to integrate this female energy with the masculine energy, and work of mind with the work of the heart, and doing this match that create that the coherence that Liz speak about that coherence. So that was the point of start of our Merkaba activation and experience around the world, putting in practice all the theory of all these spiritual things, no? And that is the game, no? Put all this theory in the practice and in the challenge with the universe, with the life. That is true. Okay, put in practice. It's true, not true, and make the experiment like in laboratory. Our laboratory is all the universe, and put in practice that theory. So discard that theory that's not go in a good way with you, and take as propia, as mine, the information that works. So start to work that I study or I say. So that is the way. It's not a secret, a mystery. It's just put in action that we study.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. I really appreciate it's so powerful when you see two people in synergy, being able to work together and how you connect with the sacred, masculine and feminine. And here you both are. And I appreciate the level of connection that you've decided you took on with yourself, and it was just like, yep, this is what we want in the world. This is what we want to feel all the time. And you've created a structure, you've created a beautiful, structure, recognizing the sacred in the body and how to utilize I know, Santi, you work with the geometry, and Liz, you're really coming from that heart coherence. And so you balance, the masculine and feminine out really well. And I know that you came here to Hot Springs, Arkansas, where I am, and I had planned to attend your Merkaba activation. And unfortunately, things changed in my life, and my son got sick, and I wasn't able to attend. But just being with you for a short period of time on the island where we were doing ceremony on the lake, I could just feel, the vibration of and the connection through the grid from all the places that you had already activated, and how powerfully the grid spoke through that space. And so I would just love to hear more about what came through for you to choose the Merkaba. How did how did that come through, that was the tool that you were going to use to the sacred geometry?
Well, I can speak because I love to tell stories. And I think it was an amazing story because we said, okay, let's do something. So we came back to our countries. Santi was working with sacred geometry. I was also working with the emotional therapeutic part. I was also working already with the cacao, that is a medicine for the heart. So then when we said, let's connect and do something together, Santi wanted to come to Mexico and I wanted to go to Argentina. So we said, okay, let's plan something where we can work both in different countries. But at that time, we were in a Zoom call like this. And then all of a sudden we were like, okay, let's do this. And then I promise I saw the Merkaba, and we were coming from Egypt. So I saw the Ankh that also is connecting the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine. It's the divine keeper, eternal life. And then we saw the flower of life, because we were coming from Egypt, actually being there in the temple where it's actually imprinted. And we were like downloading and we were saying like, oh my God, it's the Merkaba. So at that time we were working with the sacred geometry, and we said, it's perfect because Santi represents the sacred masculine, being working with sacred geometry that is kind of more mental, but at the same time, he lives in Argentina, that energetically is the sacred mother of the new humanity. So that integrated really well. And then I was living in Mexico, that energetically represents the wise father of the planet. And then it's masculine. And I was working with more emotional and feminine energy, right? So we were like, oh my God, this is perfect, because now we can connect the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine. And then from there, I'm gonna let Santi continue the story, because he connected the dots to actually activate the territories.
Mhm.
Yes, we received the invitation from Mexico City, from Liz, and other two cities of Mexico, Monterrey and Guadalajara. And when we put the three cities in map, we discovered like a masculine triangle, sorry, a female triangle, point from down, between Mexico, Monterrey and Guadalajara. And when we put the cities from Argentina in the south, we draw the other complement triangle, feminine and masculine. So in the map from Mexico and Argentina, we activate three cities in this shape of two triangles that we connect together. Is a Merkaba, or a 6 point star, or Star of David. This is the Merkaba in 2 dimensions. And we know that we returned to Egypt February 2022. So we say, okay, 3 cities of North Hemisphere, 3 cities of South Hemisphere, no, Mexico and Argentina. And in the middle, went to Egypt, like a axis war, no? So like a 0.0. So we connect the North Hemisphere with Mexican and the masculine energy with the South Hemisphere with Argentina and the energy of the mother, the female energy, and connect and synchronize all from Egypt. So that was the first anchor and the first intention of our tour.
Wow, really powerful. Thank you. That's incredible. I love that synergy. Like, oh yeah, like, as
Yes.
you map it out and you see the orientation, you're like, oh, it's right here.
Yes, very simple and magical and big in the same time. So
Yeah.
that was our first intention, and we start to do this activation in Mexico and start to share the videos and the experience of this Merkaba activation, and other friends from Egypt and other cities of the world start to invite us to do, okay, that was very beautiful, come to Canada, come to Europe, come to Colombia and other cities and other countries. So the first intention to connect Mexico and Argentina expand in a, okay, connect all the world, or the Occidental world. We just activate, and that was a confirmation of the power of the intention, the power of this inner force to do because you want to do. No matters the conditions. When you want and you put your energy, comes true. So that was the most powerful demonstration that this spirit science, or put in experience the theory that we study, and we put in experience the theory that we study and works. So let's go to study more, to put in practice more, and start like a synergy cycle to start to speak consciously with the life, with the universe, with your own reality. That is the start of the magician path, no, or the initiatic path to understand how works the outside from inside, and start to experiment and program all of that. So
Yeah.
that was the beginning.
Powerful. Yeah, isn't it? And it also just speaks to how open the planet and consciousness is right now for the divine union, for the healing, for the connection, for everyone to, open up to this and just receive the consciousness, the unity that wants to happen through through the energetics, through the physicality, through all of this, and the embodiment that's taking place right now. And it's it's like we can feel it more and more, right? Those nudges inside of us are like, okay, now that you know that's possible, it's like I'm just curious because I know that that happens, when we step up, we step into and it unfolds so graciously. What else has been transforming for you out of curiosity? Because I know once we say yes to those things, these it starts to unfold, in really powerful ways in other ways. So just curious of what else is opening up.
Yeah, really good question. I think what I believe happened, well, to me, it's that I realized that that call of unifying things inside of me was actually remembering that everything is unity. So listening to this call of uniting what we thought was separated, I think it was awesome to me. And for example, now the planet is has no limits. No, it's like, for example, sometimes we gather with other people in different places, and if they say, let's go and meet in San Diego or wherever, and sometimes we can be together with no limits. There's no boundaries. There's no, oh, it's really far away for me or whatever. It's not, like I realized that we are all a united family, that we are brothers and sisters, but not just in theory, as Santi is saying. It's like really, like I truly, really love you and honor you, because you are one. Together with me, we are one, right? And so we can travel the world and find the same family. So I think my vision of the world expanded so much, and at the same time, it's like I'm really amazed by the macrocosm, but at the same time the micro, because in each person that I see now, I can remember that he or she inside has the universe inside of every person. So looking at one person, to me, like I do also healing sessions, it is like I know that if you heal, we all heal. If I'm present and all my energy and my attention is with you, looking at your eyes, I know that I'm looking at the universe, and the one eye that sees it all, right? So it's kind of that beautiful connection that I can integrate. And I think one powerful thing that we are experiencing is that we worked with the universal languages of sacred geometry and love. So we are from Mexico and Argentina. So we were traveling the world, and there was no boundary, because we were actually talking with universal language. So now I know that I can speak and communicate with anyone or anything in the world, because we all have these connections of love and sacred geometry together. We're all made of the same structures and essence, and from there, if you're touching that subtle energy, then you can communicate and receive and give and activate that electromagnetic energy that we all have. So yeah, really powerful, I think. My life changed totally.
Yeah.
That can share. And well, with Santi also, like as partners, we as he said, we are always being challenged, like obviously working together. Like I have to take responsibility in my things, like with what I'm feeling, and like honoring my own sacred feminine and my sacred masculine to be with him, like it's also a beautiful thing that has happened after like with this journey to me, because I honor that, like I can really embody what the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine lives within me, and in a sacred partnership with him together. So I think that's kind of the alchemy that expanded and exponential everything.
Mm. So lovely. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd love to hear from you, Santi. And then, if you want to share what opened up for you. Yeah.
I have a similar experience that Liz, of course, but for me, the most important was the change from fight
Fight or flight, the survival.
Faith.
for change the fate for certeza,
Certainty.
certainty. So it's not I think or I trust, is I have the evidence. So change from the theoretical and mythical or symbolic way to have the method and experience and the evidence and the proof that this kind of things works. But at the same time, I understand that the limit is in me, because it's not limit outside, the limit is in me. But have limit, it's good too. So the other thing that I learned that it's if you have the possibility to do something, it's not mandatory need to do. So you maybe have the possibility, but for have the possibility, it's not necessary mandatory to do. I make me understand. So I have a limit. I know that no limitless, no have limits, but I choose my limits. So the deep thing that I can share is the know that there are no limits. I have now the tranquilidad, the calmness to not need to. I don't need to put improve if it's true or not. No, playing with the limit. So have the inner peace to not need to do the I don't know, sorry, how can I explain it in English, but a ver, digo solo una frase en español y tú la puedes traducir, solo para que lo que quiero decir es que me di cuenta que no había límites afuera, sino eran los míos, pero que en realidad eso, más que jugar al no límite, lo que me dio es una tranquilidad de no estar teniendo que jugar o probar si el límite estaba o no, sino que está en mí. Y que eso me llevó sí, a sentir que tenga la posibilidad de hacer algo no quiere decir que tenga que hacerlo porque puedo. Entonces, lejos de ir a hacer todo, me da tranquilidad de hacer lo que quiero hacer y que, bueno, que ese límite está en mí, que lo elijo por lo que quiero, no por lo que puedo o no hacer. No sé si...
Yeah, so basically, in a summary, he's saying that what he understood is that he chooses he knows he has a limit, but he also knows that he has a lot of possibilities. But now that he has proven that magic exists and that everything is limitless if you want, then he chooses his own limits to focus his energy in whatever he wants, because it's not necessary that if you have all the possibilities, you just go out and do everything. It's not a must. You choose whatever you want to focus, no? And you choose.
For example, Merkaba activation learn me that I can travel around the world all the year, and I will be received for the people and will be great. But I have I know the possibility to travel around the world every year, every week of my year, but it's not necessary. My for have the possibility, it's not only okay, let's do it and work. No, it's go back for the intention. Is your intention need to travel? If it's your intention, the universe open. But have the universe open to do is not necessary the mandatory to do. So that is the example. Okay, I know I can travel and know one city per week or year, but it's really important, necessary, and my deep intention to it, or it's simple, I know the possibility and I take. So let me more freedom to choose the things because I can do anything. So it's not take the possibility because go away. No, so it's not a supervivencia.
Survival.
It's not a survival
Yeah.
intuition to take because no more. Okay, I have all the infinite possibility. Okay, but what you choose? So more possibilities, more difficult to choose. So go back our center inner intentions to
Yeah.
choose correct. Just that.
Yeah.
Sorry for my English.
It's
These
okay.
things. Okay, thank you.
I appreciate you both sharing, the beautiful transformation and creation that this has opened up for you, really taking on that knowing and beingness of communicating with consciousness, as you were saying, Liz, really communicating with the consciousness of life itself, and both of you being free of the limitations or the have tos or the those things that really I think most of us have tended to live through. And I'm sure that that's a deep part of the transformation work that you're doing in the activations as well as in your own individual lives with who you interact with. And how beautiful is that, to be sitting here with two people who are really living that, living and embodying, like, here it is. We opened up, we said yes, and now and that one thing that you said, Santi, was that inner peace. That the power of the calmness, the power of the inner peace to be able to uh really have that view of going, what am I choosing? What's my intention? What's really true? What's really here? What do I really want to step into? What do I really want to open up? And then just be, really focused and letting that open up our world to us, open the world to us, in this unity field. So I'm I'm excited. I'm excited for what you two are doing, embodying, and sharing on this planet right now. And I know that you use different methods, both of you, like, Santi, you're creating the practical, which is fabulous because I think a lot of people need that. Let's ground it. Let's ground the theory. Let's ground the symbology. Let's ground this. Go like, well, what is it actually doing? And how do we practice it with that beautiful ability, Liz, to just be able to open up into the depth of our heart, the depth of our being, and let what wants to come through to transform. So I'd love to just connect into, Liz, your way of connecting through the heart and supporting that emotional shift. And I know you also work with Cacao, so if you'd like to share about that.
Sure. So all of my work is focused on helping people to remember to go back to their hearts and to connect with the power of love and go back to our true essence. So basically, in the context of the Merkaba activation, what we do is to honor the sacred cacao that is the medicine of the heart as a seed that connects us with the power of love that is inside of all of us. A seed in the universe has all the potential of whatever it is. So to me, the seed of the cacao is, as I've been sharing this all around the world, the Mother Earth has taught me that is like she wrapped in the seed of the cacao all this beautiful energy of remembering, of love, of nutrition, of compassion, and motherly energy that we all are. And whenever we take it, it's like taking in that energy of love and making a fusion of the love that we are with that kind of spark where we just open up our hearts, and it's kind of a rebirth where any blockage, our shield that we have been putting there for us to be, for fear, or because we don't want someone to harm us or whatever, it just melts. It just melts, and we just go deep inside, and there I think the heart is the middle point, where it's the portal where we connect with the pure essence and the all the hearts of everyone and everything in the world, in the universe. So that's why it has the sacred knowledge and wisdom about the heart has been kept also. And sometimes we forgot that because we came from a patriarchy way of being or doing things, and now we are turning more into this feminine side. But it's not that one or other is better, it's just that, like, we just forgot that the power of the subtle is really, really amazing. And I think it's really courageous for either men or women to embrace their feelings, to go back to their essence, to go back and open their hearts and just let their true essence and the spirit and the divine and the grace step forward and just be, right? So that's why when we do the Merkaba activation, we connect with the portal of our hearts with the cacao also as a as a divine tool, because we also want to bring heaven on earth as channels, and we want to use the tools of the earth that the Mother Earth left us to remember. And actually, I brought some cacao seeds here in the little altar that I have next to me. And it has been really an inspiration, because here people can tell about the experience, but it's just so expansive and so beautiful. And then you just remember that we are truly one. You feel it. It's nothing. I love that a phrase that I always share from Maya Angelou, that is like, you can't forget what people taught you or said to you, but never how they made you feel. And so actually the feelings and emotion is the energy in motion, right? So if we put all that in coherence, as we said, from whatever I am thinking, then I can feel it, and then I can activate it in my body, and all of my cells remember, because they have the memories, and all of my elements inside of me remember. Then I can just walk a more coherence, right? So, and then I think also the power of connecting with the heart is not just, first of all, of course, is with you, a deep love to realize that you are love, and then from there open up the space to recognize that everyone else is just as beautiful as you are, as a majestical creation as you are, right? And is to connect with that innocence and that pureness, and then connect us, all of us, as one beat, you know, as a new song together with the cosmic beat and the beat of the earth, and really ponder that vibration together. And it's like the planet is evolving, it's vibrating higher, and we as her cells are also vibrating. But if we are in resonance with that vibration, then we can feel it and we can go forward, right? So it's just the beat of your heart, like dun, dun, dun. It's just a new song that we're all together singing and resonating with that. So it's just aligning and synchronizing with that, like a guitar.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, the chords of our hearts and the music of our soul, just to the higher orchestra of the humanity that is being reborn. So yeah.
Beautiful. Well said, Liz. Yeah. Yeah. I love that you have the cacao seed there. And yeah, it is powerful when we come into that resonance, and when we're choosing like the rhythm of our own heart, when we're choosing the rhythm of our own heart and harmonizing to that and saying yes to how our heart's opening and what it's telling us, and how we get to move with that, and how incredibly powerful it is to then feel that natural rhythm, of the earth. And I think that that's what, like, one of the biggest things that we can do is get into the rhythm of our own being, that will support the frequency, us resonating with the frequencies as we keep getting hit with them one by one right now, right? Like, it just, woo!
Exactly.
Staying here is and is the power, is the medicine. And I find that cacao really supports with that myself. And I love that you received that message, you know, that the love and compassion is in the seeds. Because when the first cacao ceremony I ever was able to sit in, I was doing a retreat. I was co-leading with a friend of mine and a friend of her. She had a friend of hers come lead a ceremony for our retreat. And I remember it was just like, just a total, you know, a total opening to the point where like my head was on the floor, you know, and I could just see like all these beings in the center of Earth. Because that's one of the things I do. I connect with them, and they were just like dancing with the heart of Earth and just being like, okay, it's time. It's time to heal all these ancestral lines, you know, and all the indigenous peoples holding the space in the inner realms of Earth. And it was just like, oh, wow, you know, and just like synergizing with that, and my heart with the cacao is just, you know, dancing and just seeing and feeling that. And that led me to the path of connecting more and more with the cacao and leading, you know, ceremonies myself, because it was just so like, yes, this is the womb, this is the healing, this is the, you know, this is the space that we get to really connect with. And you know, so I drink it every morning. It's part of my meditation every morning to really sit with it and honor this, you know, unity and, like you say, the love and compassion that's opening up through the planet right now, and just such incredible ways to heal with the feminine, to really come back into that space of love, that pure love again, and nurturing. Yeah. Ooh, thank you, Liz. And I love seeing what you do online too. It's like it seems like it happens a lot, you know, in your realm with people in ceremony. Santi, just, you know, before we start taking questions or comments from people, if people have anything, you can start putting it in chat if you wish. I'd love to hear, like, what is it that you find the most connected when you're working with geometry to put the practical into being? Like, if you were to share something with people right now of working with geometry to support the body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, from my teenage age, I experiment different philosophy, different sacred medicines, mystery schools, and always I really I'm passionate from this kind of things. But when I really did the geometry, I found in the geometry the resume that like the synthesis of all the spiritual universe, but the physical universe too. So I found in the geometry the tools to connect in coherence all these mental and spiritual parts with my physical, biological, and my practical life, and found the geometry as the code to create all of the rest of the things in the spiritual universe and the physical universe too. So I understand the sacred geometry as a universal language that we can create, make order, and connect and communicate the things in the universe. So as human beings, we can learn sacred geometry to create the universe. So create in harmony or on synergy with the universe, sustainable, in a sustainable way. So not fight with our reality, with the universe, with the force. So use the force around you to create. And the sacred geometry understand like the method to create. How create the sun, how create the earth, how create the universe. So use the same book, the same technique to create as human beings, because we are like a piece or a fractal of the universe. So that is the geometry for me as the universal language that we can learn to create in resonance with the universe. But we connect the geometry with the method to create the method, the recipe, like in the kitchen, the recipe to create. but the method is only the half of the secret or the recipe, because the other half is the intention. So when we have the method and the intention, we have the container and the content to the container. So with sacred geometry as a logical study, and my heart portal or my inner process, spiritual, my deep intention, my being, my soul, I have my inner work with the external method or language to create. It's like learn learn like how to create a software and have the intention for what do you use that software. So in recent way, that is the geometry for me, is the method that the universe creates. So study the method to replicate the method in our creations, to create in resonance, in harmony, and not fight with the elemental force or natural force. Is go with flow, not in an opposite way. So that is the most simple explanation for me for geometry. So I start to use this method to create in my reality, in my practical life, with my works, with my travel, my project, and works very well.
Yeah, so you're actually creating the geometry by putting metal together, welding or putting it together in some way to then create the shape. And as you're creating the shape, are you just praying and putting your intention into the container, the shape as you're creating it?
Yes, exactly. And that is the spirit of the Merkaba activation, because we have the method, we work with intention with the cacao. So in the geometry and the work with cacao, we work with the method and intention with our heart and our mind, our capacity to create, and our purpose to create. So when we have both, we create magic, because method without intention or with distortion intention create distortion reality. And the method without good intention is maybe dangerous, because you have the method but you don't have your intention aligned, so maybe it's dangerous. So we need to put and share and learn the method, but we need to work all day with our intention, because it's like one step, one on one to make in balance. Because I have my intention is for love all the humanity. I love you, and I want to hear you, but we don't have method to put in action all that low energy. Is like that. It's like, okay, rainbows and unicorn, and we need rainbows and unicorn, but need um, manifest the things. We need to create and move this in 3 dimensions, this world, this biological and this mechanical world. So it's combined the method and the intention, the sacred masculine with sacred feminine, and that is the secret. I think that's our magic or our manifestation is put in balance these two. So I recommend all of you study sacred geometry, and always remember working with our intention and our emotions, and the sacred geometry acompañar.
Will be with you.
Oh, good. Yes. In this eternal but funny path. So it's just that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So my mind goes to, just like, since I work with crystals a lot, program crystals and work with my intention in that way, but sometimes we know we need to clean them. I'm like, say, so if you're creating, a sacred geometry with material, any material, how do you then, with your intention in that container of the material, how do you then, how does it stay stable? Like the intention within the container, like within the metal geometry that you're making, is it something that you sit with and you connect into that intention with every day? Or is it just something, do you undo it and remake it? I mean, I'm just kind of curious of what your process or what your experience is when you're doing that type of alchemy with the material and your intention.
Okay, maybe the method say that each one of us had the possibility to create our method. So it's not only one thing to do. So experiment you in the laboratory in your life. What is the best for you? It's put intention in the geometry or build a game. It's the same with your altar, with when you go to a church or different temples or site circles. Just start to play with your intention and intuition. Mm? The intuition is the most ingredient to this one. That I have my method, and I have my method because I did the experiment. It's not the method. I don't study the method of the other person. It's only inspiration. So we weave together in the Merkaba activation in Arkansas, and you have your Merkaba. You can, yes, you can, I don't know, put your intention, put crystal inside the Merkaba with your intentions. The sacred geometry, it's like a container of energy and amplify of energy. So only put your crystal inside the sacred geometry, expand in the Merkaba, expand in these 8 points, in these 8 ways. Your intention that you put in the center. So it's just experiment and make notes like now, and have your evidence and your hypothesis.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. 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 Thank you for that. Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of us have experimented with intention, right? And seeing what it creates and, what flows through. And yeah.
Sorry, the energy now is so quickly.
Yeah.
You intention and in 24 hours you have the response. So be careful because the energy is so available.
Yes,
So
it is so available
it's a
right
good
now.
moment to experiment. Continue, sorry.
No, sorry. I said, yeah, so appreciate you. Yeah, it is very available. Available. Thank you. Yeah, so does anyone have any questions? So I would just say, if you are anywhere in the world right now and you're like, ooh, that'd be great to have in our community, a Merkaba activation, just feel free to reach out to Liz and Santi and see what comes through. So it'd be really powerful, to see how that opens up. Martha, thank you for your comment. Yeah. It is feeling more and more that we are a global community, and not physically being together does not interrupt the connection that is becoming stronger and stronger through resonance. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That is so true. Does anyone have any questions or comments that you'd like to share with Liz? You can either write them in chat, or you can raise your hand next to your name by going to participants or next to your name in chat. If you just want to share anything through this experience. Yeah, I'm feeling that more and more, of just being so because I know we also know that, as our vibrations create our experience or our intentions, just, okay, wait, what thought am I having right now? Really being laser focused of what's happening, in my reality with that. So, is there anything else you want to share, Liz, that might have come to mind of what you're experiencing and how to support people at this time, through these changes that we're experiencing? Mm.
Sure, I can share that to be really compassionate with yourself, that we are all learning, we are all trying to remember, and that there's no one in the world that is uh, bad or violent. Sometimes I think we judge others or compare with others because they are doing something else that we would love to, or because they are acting some kind of things that we're not aligned with or whatever. But what I have been really experiencing is that the power of neutrality,
Yeah.
of of not judging anything or anyone, just realizing really that everyone has their own story, their own path, and we are all trying to do our best. And sometimes it's difficult because we are also human beings, right? Like I know that we're spiritual beings in a human form, right? But we're all trying to go back to love. This is a process of evolution and relearning and unlearning and relearning. And so, with that said, it's just sometimes go back to the simplest things or details of just your breath, uh, focusing on your presence, or just giving a hug or a smile, or what. Sometimes in this, uh, we're like talking about the Merkaba and secret geometry and the Metatrons cube or whatever, but what can really change your life and be in coherence in every little detail, like how do you say hi to your family, how you honor yourself, how you nurture your, what are you eating, like sometimes I want to remember people that if you're not connected with this sacred geometry or these things, just go back to your heart and will feel true for you, and that's perfect, and do your best with that, and honor yourself. And it's not something that is wrong or bad or that you're late. It's just whatever you came with, it's perfect, because we are all different. We came with diverse talents and gifts, and that's the beautiful thing of all of us being unique, and bringing that and empowering that within you is really beautiful, because as much as you go back to your trueness, and I want to say also, remember that this is a playful world. We sometimes take life really seriously, and together with Santi, also we love to play in the Merkaba activation. We dance, we laugh, we do cosmic original things, and I think it's with the laughter and with all dance and movements, and it's just being alive, and that can also make a really magical change within you. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, really sweet. And Charmaine's asking, she's never heard of a cacao ceremony. So yeah, would you
Okay.
like to explain or share that a bit? And if I have
Of
anything to add,
course.
I'll add. Yeah.
Sure, Charmaine, thanks for your question. So the cacao ceremonies were ancient ceremonies that our ancestors, for example, in Mexico, Guatemala, or other places did. And they sat in a circle and drank the cacao with that is also prepared with a special alchemy and prayer and songs, and with the seed of cacao being really honored and sacred. They used to put the cacao in a certain preparation where the water and the power of the cacao makes this magical alchemy, I would say. that they honored, and they drank it as a ceremony for them to make decisions for the community from their hearts and not from their minds. So, and coming up from their hearts is for the highest good of everyone in the community. So that's how they also honored Mother Earth, Mother, like the territory, the land, the sacred lineage where they came through, and the nurturing and loving energy from Mother Earth that is always there for us. That she's also always abundant and nurturing. And so, as they did this, it has, the cacao has a special substance that is called theobromine, that etymologically comes from theo, that means God, and bromos, that means food. So that's why it's known as the medicine of the gods. Also, and remember that also the cacao was used in ancient times as a trueque, as a
Trade,
um,
currency, money.
currency. Yeah,
Yeah.
money, exactly. So it's so if you connect, everything is the abundance of love, abundance of your heart. And we learned from our ancestors, and I remember my grandmother doing the chocolate with the with the pot that is from clay, or like sometimes, and because it looks like the womb of a mother. It's really feminine energy that holds the power of the cacao really warm. And then you go inside, and then you that substance that I told you about activates our energy and our emotions, and it helps us connect with our heart. So yeah, in a summary.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope
Beautiful.
you try it sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, please do, Charmaine. And it's really, I found it so powerful, with the, because with where you were saying that you prepare it, 'cause I get my ceremonial cacao from Guatemala, and it's just the smell and the richness, and you can just feel the sacredness in which the women prepared. Everything's by hand. The cacao seeds and everything never touch, machine. It's all hand, all hand done, hand roasted, hand rolled, hand everything. And it's just so, it's just like, it feels like I just get brought right back into the earth, and right back into the womb when I just even smell it. And it's so full of antioxidants, and it just feels like it's the perfect medicine and gift for our bodies at this time. And so it just makes sense that over these years, it's become more and more, popular, as people are like, yeah. And feeling that. And it's bitter, when you drink the true dose of the cacao, it's really bitter. So like, woo, that's like the power of opening up our system too, and I find that so magical. And what's really magical for me, Liz, and hearing you, is that, it's a part of your culture, it's a part of your heritage, and you got to experience it, from with your elders. And that's it's so beautiful. And so I have such gratitude for you and for the cultures that have been allowing this for us, who are kind of like, you know, trying to figure out what our culture is, uh, to be able to partake in that in such a beautiful, respectful, divine way. So yeah, I appreciate that a lot. Yeah,
Appreciate that you're sharing too. So it's a
Me
powerful
too,
part of
exactly.
our hearts.
yeah, it spoke to me so strongly. It was just like, oh, wow, because and it's funny. I led a ceremony not too, I don't know, it was last year at some point, and humor, like you say, it's like you like to play, and it's fun. And
Of
after
course.
we were all sitting down in the room and we had the cacao, and before I was about to serve the cacao, I was like, hi, my name's Kristen and I love chocolate. It was just like, because chocolate has always been such a part of my life. Even as a child, it was like it literally was like my therapy. It was like, if something was happening, it was like, even though of course it wasn't the best chocolate in the world, but it was like there was something in it that spoke to me. It was like when I was 12, I made myself a chocolate cake from scratch like once a week, like It was like it was like it made me feel so good, you know,
I
and I know
know.
it's probably part of the sugar issue too, but it was more of like it was chocolate. Everything had to be chocolate. And it was
Mhm.
like when the cacao showed up, it was like, oh, I get it. I get it on so much deeper level than I did when I was 12, you know?
I know.
And
It's amazing. And you know
and,
what I think it's that nature has so beautiful ways of um, disguising for you to remember. So sometimes you
yeah,
think it's just a chocolate, but truly you are, if you are open, you're connecting with the base that is the cacao, and then
yeah,
you're opening your heart.
yeah.
So, mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The plant medicine is so powerful. And I think the thing that spoke to me about it the most, and just what, Santi, you were saying earlier when you were, working with other plant medicines and such, it was so, um, for me, it was like it's not psychoactive. And so it was like, ah, good. Like we can sit with anybody, anywhere, and do this and reach such a profound state of
Mhm.
being. And I was just like, wow, I was just blown away, by the power of it, you know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you. Hmm. Beautiful. Does anyone else have any? Yeah. Gabriel, yeah. He's like, thank you for three of you beautiful souls connecting and planting the seeds of remembrance in all the ways that you do. Rainbows and
Mhm.
unicorns and sage jammers. The Merkaba,
Check.
yeah. Oh, you're so great. I love you. Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow. I've really enjoyed connecting with you, and I do hope one day I get to sit with you in your activation and
Sure.
experience that. So any other parting words? Santi, do you have anything to share? Liz, you shared such a beautiful, parting words there for our question. Santi, do you have anything that you'd like to just close with?
Nothing more. I agree totally with Liz, and just say that let's go to play, to enjoy, make notes, and study your notes and put in practice. Just that.
Thank you for reminding us of the practical measures we can take, Santi.
Yes, exactly.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, so yeah, Gabriel, thank you. The Merkaba activation was the most powerful activation I've ever received, hands down. Awesome. Woo! Yeah. So let's you have a free gift that you created for people to read and look at. And so if you'd like to share about that, please do.
You want to share, Santi?
Is the synthesis the resume with the of the information and the experience or activity of Merkaba activation, and is combined the synthesis of sacred geometry and the portal of hertz, and you can use to start your practice and your investigation in these two pillars, and keep in contact with us, invite us to your city, and see
Yeah,
you soon. So just that.
thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you. And
Thank
that
you.
yeah. And
Thank
that
you.
PDF is in the link below the video. Were you, I'm
Oh,
sorry. I'm sorry. There was a delay there. Were you still talking? I apologize, Santi.
No problem.
Mhm. Yeah, so that check out their PDF that they created for you in the link below the video. That'll be in the replay email, under the video in the replay email. And also, yeah, definitely connect with them.
mhm.
Invite them, share with them, support them. It's really phenomenal what you two have created together. And I love you two both so much. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so much. And if you haven't yet and you'd like to, you can get a VIB package below so you can listen to these conversations again and again. And this weekend, we will have pre-recorded conversations. Going out tomorrow, Saturday, will be Elizabeth Wood. We went really deep in science and spirituality, and Solera Rose, and really brought in a lot of great frequencies and tools and practices for source embodiment right now, and really truly living that, just like Santi and Liz are examples of in this moment. So so enjoy those recordings, and we'll be live again on Monday with Addison Ames. So I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. May you go forth in your day with love and gratitude and peace in your hearts and bodies, minds and souls. And again, check out their free gift for you in the link below. So be well. So much love to you all.
Thank you so much. Have a great
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Kristen, for creating this space.
Thank
See you
you.
soon.
Mhm.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you, Braulia,
Bradley,
Dustin, and our
Dustin,
friends.
and
Thank
everyone.
you.
Yeah, thank you everyone
Bye.
for being
Have a
here.
nice weekend. Bye, bye, bye.
Oh, thank you, Kristen.
Thank you. Yep.